Hi, welcome again to Moose Jaw This Week, setting in the May Wilson Theatre in Moose Jaw. And we're going to talk about one of the great traditions that's young, but yet again, it is old. And that is the fact of having a panto at Christmas, a pantomime that is being staged here. And one of the lead actors, Prince Charming, in fact, Daniel FALK, Moose Jaw native. It's, well, not actually, you were born in BC, weren't you?
Yeah, I was born in northern BC, but I grew up here. I was here from 4 until 20, so,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Daniel, welcome home.
Thanks. It's great to be back.
Now, this is a panto that the tradition has started. You've been involved with most of them, haven't you?
Yeah, they did Cinderella 4 years ago. That was the first year, and then we did Aladdin, Snow White, and then Jack and the Beanstalk. And I've been involved in all of them. And we've had most of the people who've been involved have done more than one. This will be Andy Tridhart, who's also a Moose Jaw native who lives in Toronto as well. This is going to be his third year. He was in Snow White and Jack and the Beanstalk. Stella Salito Porter, she was in Aladdin and Jack and the Beanstalk, and she's coming back. Sarah Sheps, my wife, is going to be in this one as well, so I'm very much looking forward to that. We like to work together.
The villain is back too.
The villain, yeah. Kevin Power is back again too as the villain. He's so easy. Well, and I don't want to say easy to hate. He's easy to love as a person, but he's easy to hate as a villain. He plays those characters so well, and he really gets the audience booing everything he does, and it's awesome.
I guess panto is a very unique style of theater in the fact that the audience interacts while a play is going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the audience functions. There's, I think, 6 of us in this show, and the audience really kind of functions as a 7th character in how into it they get. And when we did the first year, when we did Cinderella, I was like, is this gonna work? Or are people really gonna get into it? And Leon Willie, who was in the first year, we had him do kind of like an audience warm-up, just sort of introduce people to the style. You know, when you see the good guys, you cheer. When you see the bad guys, you boo. And right out of the gate, people were totally into it. The kids love it. They love getting to boo and cheer, and it's a ton of fun. So it worked really, really well, and people totally bought in. And now we don't even bother with the audience warm-up. People know. People get into it right away. So it's great. It's really become a tradition, or started to become a tradition here. So we're really looking forward to it.
Now, this play this year is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
It's a little bit different. Like previous years, we did sort of Cinderella and then Snow White and Jack and the Beanstalk and Aladdin, and these are kind of well-known stories. And this year, we're doing something that's a little bit interesting. It's a combination of a few different fairy tales, kind of mix and matching it all together. So there's Little Red Riding Hood, there's Prince Charming from more the Cinderella Snow White world, and it's sort of similar like the Into the Woods, that movie musical that came out last year. That was sort of a combination of a bunch of fairy tales. This is sort of like that, thus Into the Pantos. So it's a combination of a bunch of different pantomime stories, fairy tales, lots of fun princes, princesses, bad guys. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And there's a lot of, one of the fun things about this script this year is there's actually a lot of specifically Christmassy things, like more Christmas music and wintry sorts of feel. So it's actually I think it's going to go over really well and be a lot of fun. Yeah,
and you're here right now, and you're saying what you're in the rehearsal process, you're working a lot on the music already, because the music is what drives the show.
Yeah, we're working, I'm currently rehearsing for Rhubarb's production of A Year with Frog and Toad, and it's such just an awesome family story. I mean, kids will love it, but grown-ups love it too. I actually saw a production of it in Manitoba, or in Winnipeg, at the Manitoba Theatre for Young People, that our director Jeffrey Tyler was in, and I saw it with my wife, and I loved it. I love this show. It's so funny. It's so endearing. The music is incredible and catchy, and we've got a great cast. So I think we're gonna pull off a really good production. A really good version of it.
That'll be in another segment we're shooting.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that too. What have you been up to, Mr. Hyundai?
Yeah, well, yes, in reference to a Hyundai commercial or a couple commercials that I've shot in the last couple of years. Hopefully they bring me back. Who knows? But I've been just sort of auditioning for a ton of stuff. I've shot a couple commercials. I have a big campaign for Shoppers Drug Mart that should be starting in the next couple of weeks. It's for their Christmas stuff. Yeah. So That should be on TV hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, because then it means I get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah. And a commercial for Dentine as well. So a couple.
What about theater stuff? Or any more writing?
Yeah, I'm working on something that I've submitted for the Toronto Fringe Festival, which is like a very large independent theater festival. That would be a solo performance piece based on a book that I wrote last year, which was in turn based on a column I was writing for McSweeney's about touring children's theater.
Something with a dancing bear.
Yeah, which me and my wife did when like I had a extended sort of working honeymoon touring with Franklin the Turtle live in like a big bear costume. So I wrote this sort of like a touring memoir about that experience, and I'm now currently adapting it into like a solo theater show. And so I'm kind of waiting to see if I get this slot in the Fringe Festival, because that would be in July, and that would really sort of light a fire under the whole development process of the show. So if I get that, that'll be in July. If not, there's other opportunities. There's the Summer Works Festival. There's the Next Stage Theater Festival. So there's a bunch of different things that I could sort of put it in and do it there.
Any stage work?
Well, this, and then the Panto coming up, and that's sort of it. That's sort of it. You know, I do less theater work than I used to now as I've sort of gotten older. A lot of the work you end up doing is out of the city, and now that me and my wife are sort of settled in and we have a new place and we're working on having a kid, and it's becoming less enticing to go and run out and do a show in like Kingston or run out and do a show for the Drayton Festival. So I'm auditioning for that kind of thing less and less and focusing more on doing film, TV, and commercials, which keeps me in Toronto. I do still love getting to come to Moose Jaw because all my siblings and my mom and all my nephews and nieces are all here. So I love getting to come here. I love performing in the May Wilson. I love the community here. I love the energy. I love my family. So I love getting to come back to Moose Jaw. So this is sort of the out-of-town theater contract that I like to do.
This year's because you're bringing Sarah with you.
Yeah, and she's coming out too. So.
And she used to come as part of the audience, but now she gets to be on the stage with you. And she's quite a funny person.
Oh yeah, well nobody, like she's sort of like semi-retired from performing now. She works as a casting director in Toronto. But when we graduated, we went to Sheridan College for the musical theater program together, and she spent 10 years doing touring children's shows. Like she was Lunette in The Big Comfy Couch, and in Franklin, and everything. Yeah. She's Strawberry Shortcake Live. So she's done all of these big touring shows, and many of which toured Moose Jaw. She's played in the May Wilson just as much as I have, you know, in sort of her touring life. And so she is like the consummate children's entertainer. So having her in the show was awesome because she's so good. She totally knows how to sort of work an audience full of kids, and
she's good for trivia night.
And she's good for trivia night. Yeah, she rounds out our team because I have like very little contemporary pop culture knowledge, and she's more attuned.
Oh yeah.
Bobby's trivia night. We do enjoy going to Bobby's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whenever you get a chance to be here, and it's funny because the drama kids show up and come to the team and never finish worse than second.
No, we always get something. We always leave with some kind of prize. So we do all right.
Yeah. So let's just wrap up talking about when the Panto is, what tickets are available, and things like that.
Sure. So the Panto we run. I don't know the exact dates, but it's after Christmas. So around the 27th through the 31st. I don't know why I didn't look this up before this interview, but tickets are available at the Moose Jaw Cultural Center website, which is MJTW.CA. You can get the tickets there. There are only 5 shows, so normally we do 8, so there are fewer seats available, so please get your tickets in advance.
And they sell out?
Yeah, they sell really well, and we're hoping to get big houses this year, and it's going to be a ton of fun.
All right. Well, thanks to Dan Falk for getting us caught up on things and also talking about the Panto. What's the title of it?
Oh, it's Into the Pantos.
Into the Pantos. I saw this. There's posters up around town. So thanks, Dan, for being with us today. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about other things that are happening in our community. Don't go away.